Hey everyone, welcome back to Haim Watch Company, episode 3. I'm Zakir. Today, I'm going to talk about design language. But you know what? Here's a wrist check. I'm actually wearing something I can't show you yet. I'm really excited about it. I'll give you a quick sneak peek of the side profile of the case. So that's what I am wearing, and I will be unveiling it sometime in 2023, possibly towards the end of January. But for today, I wanted to talk about design and originality. A lot of brands come out, they draw inspiration from what's going on in the past, other pieces that have come out before in the past, and sometimes it ends up becoming a bit of a homage or just outright another copy of something. And that was something I was very conscious about when I started designing my initial model, the Legacy Chronograph, and that was one of the things I wanted to avoid. Yeah, there's plenty of watches. I love watches just as much as the next person, and there's plenty of watches that I may have gotten inspiration from, but I made sure, or one of my goals when I design a watch is I want you to see the watch and not be reminded of something else. Let's take the Legacy Chronograph, for example. This is the Sky Panda. This was my debut model. As you see, I wanted to go with a panda reverse panda format, but I wanted to add a bit of color to it. The seconds railroad track, that's actually from vintage pocket watches. That's something that I was inspired by there. I wanted to do some applied markers. My favorite chronograph complications are a pulsometer and tachometer. There's not too many pieces where you see both of them. So I wanted to put both together, which I did. The tachometer's on the actual chapter ring of the watch. Same deal with the case. I wanted the case to be a bit more utilitarian. And I wanted the case to be a combination of brushed and polished edges. So when you first take a peek at it, it doesn't remind you of something that's already out there. And on top of it, the 12 and 6, as well as each pip above the hour markers it does have some lume to it too. So in dark conditions, you'd be able to at least see those indicators, as well as the hands. Same with the reverse hunter. And even with the beads of rice bracelet, I wanted to do something that's not typically what you see on other bracelets. The bracelet does articulate, so it does drape over your wrist rather well. And on the reverse hunter, it's a hunter green with a sunburst dial. The subdials in chapter ring is actually a very, very subtle gray. It seems almost white when you first take a peek at it. The difference between the original Legacy and the SE, which I have here with the Midnight dial, one, I stayed away from the Panda reverse Panda format, added a bit more texture on the finishing of the dial itself, as well as some modifications on the case, which makes the case easier to wind for people with bigger hands. It still has 100 meters of water resistance, but when you take a peek at them, when you see them, they don't necessarily remind you of something that's already out there. And that's something that I want to keep moving forward. So from the original Legacy to the SC, you can see it still takes the original design, but builds on it rather than deviates from it. Now, if we go on to the Descent, same deal. It's a sport watch. The dual bezel, that by itself is a standout. That is something that has not been done before. Same deal with the hour markers. I wanted something to be legible, but at the same time, I didn't want it to come off as a traditional diver. And the Descent will be a mainstay in our catalog, and as the brand grows, There will be different iterations of it, but the design will, this is the base design that you see, and each iteration will build upon it. So that's all I wanted to talk about today. Just wanted to get into a bit of the design and the actual design language and where that comes from. If I missed anything, feel free to leave a comment and I'll respond to it as soon as I can. Again, subscribe, comment, share. It is greatly appreciated. Thank you.